I seem to be able to recognize what is happening and know what it is, or at least have a definition for it. The problem humans have is in discussions or in meeting each other and sharing, fear comes up. Maybe it's fear. Fear, what it is. And if we are one, then we are one with the person who has the fear, and therefore it seems to be our job to help our brother be free of fear, or sister. Because there's so much thinking out there, and habits, states. I call it conditions. There's conditions that exist in the here and now moment. At different moments, it could be a different condition, a state. You know, like when a person is upset and distrustful, that state will direct their eyes and minds to perceive what supports those thoughts of doubt and distrust. Now there's a filter that we're perceiving reality through, an expectation of what a thing must be. What a thing must be. What am I always doing? I'm always about to do something, or I switch modes. Like maybe I'm going to go get something to eat out of the fridge because I got some inner impulse that maybe I'm hungry. Maybe not. Maybe it's like an impulse to go smoke a cigarette, you know. I don't smoke anymore, but I remember that I had to go have that cigarette. Still think about the cigarettes. Still wouldn't mind having one. But this is bad. And I like to use the word bad because I hope that I'm offending every new ager out there that, you know, there is no bad, there is no, you know, well, it's all good. Oh, well, wait a minute. I beg to differ. It's not all good, and there's some bad. And I think the enlightened condition is to observe and to know. Admit. Be truthful. Now, the thing is maybe some people did vote for George Bush. I don't understand why. Because I certainly thought Al Gore was the winner. been doing it. You know, here people walk through and, you know, it's like practicing music too. You don't want people around when you're doing it. Especially people you think might be judging you, you know, as to whether it's good or bad. You don't want their opinion. You know, you don't want even to appear corny or whatever to what am I always doing? I've been following this question out for some time, and it can take a lot of directions in the flow, and it's pretty groovy what ends up happening. And I have yet to do it with anybody really intelligent online in a chat, and it would be good to know to do that, to try it. I think I've got Bell's palsy or something. You ever get those eye twitches? You know, where the eye kind of feels like it's your face is melting over on that side, your eyelid. You ever get that where it twitches?
You talking to me?
Yeah, you.
I'm not sure you were talking to your audience.
All right. Well, never mind.
Yeah, I get those every once in a
Yeah.
while. An involuntary muscle.
You think you probably look like some Frankenstein thing. Half your face is melting. All right, I'll be right back.
I believe I was born to make coffee. Frank Sinatra born to sing. I was born to make coffee.
My dad and I started Phil's Coffee in San Francisco, and now we have 11 locations. Google Apps plays a role in that by making our lives easier for email, for chat, for documents. I know that it's going to support us not with
Could
just
always
11
leave
stores,
you
but a
in-
couple of thousand stores
With what
down the road.
video's playing, but
People,
give me
when they
3
like
minutes,
something,
5 minutes.
They take you to the moon, man. One day
I'll
I'm
be
gonna do
back.
coffee in the moon.
What are we always doing? Well, we're not always doing the same thing. So we could categorize. We could categorize what we do in clumps of things that are related to each other. What I buy at the grocery store is based on what I do at different times around here. Toilet paper for the bathroom and the kitchen. Got to have food, bags to throw bags away in. And what are we doing there? What are we doing? Well, we're feeding ourselves. We're taking care of multiple things that we do that are related to survival. Do we know what to do besides work, spend our lives related to trying to make a living? What if you could make a living out of trying to figure it out, or learning? I want to figure it out, though. That's what I want to do. I want to figure it out. I think you can figure it out. It's like Einstein, trying to come up with the unified field theory. Came up with relativity, but the final equation, I'm always doing something. And then I'm trying to get comfortable. Then I think of something else to do right after I do it, start to get comfortable. I go, wait, I could be stretching my leg at the same time as doing nothing here. We're doing something, but letting it come spontaneous. Okay, I've realized lately about yoga that I should be doing yoga all the time. I mean, it's like walking around. You should be just be so conscientious every moment. In Buddhism, it's called mindfulness. I met a guy the other day. He was talking about meditating and had done a lot of it as he spoke. And then he spoke about things that he'd studied about it, and it seemed that he knew something about it and was dedicated to it, to really giving it a fair shake, to see whether you can get enlightened from it or not. But just his speaking of it was light enough to have my interest, and I want to know more. I want to know more. From him. What am I always doing? Taking a look at what I'm doing. Keep coming back to that question, because it seems to be giving me growth. learning something. I remember being set free once. One of my great revelation moments. And back in those days, I used to talk about God as if it was real. You know, religious talk, spiritual talk, you know, there's a God. And my partner at the time, his name was Jack, friend, or I should say partner, I don't mean love affair, but yet we were very close. Many things happened, and we experienced the same experience that was mind-blowing, and a whole different mind altogether. It was like a mind, typical brain mind, turned inside out so that it was an outside connected instead of the little bubble in the mind here of who we are and think we are, you know, searching. Instead, our minds embraced something that was open, not it was the Tao, if anything, for what I could define the Tao as. We in turn, Jack and I, took a guy aside. His name was Chris, and we gave him the same experience. Now, during the experience, your mind is so changed that you're speaking in the oneness of it all. Like another mind is speaking, but it's huge, it's eternal. Ancient, let's say. It's like meeting a being and connecting and identifying and knowing that you're meeting a being. And maybe you're looking at it and it seems to be big. And it's looking at you, and it's the world the big huge being looking at you, the thing, or me, the thing that we're self-conscious about, you know. The big being, though, looks at us and looks through us and looks into us. Now, it is my own awareness projected out and looped around. It is myself that could reveal these secrets, if there were any. Yeah, I'm sure I could find things that I wouldn't want to share. But what am I always doing? I'm always concerned about sharing what is appropriate. What does that say then? That says that I care. So instead of judging this as an egoic, oh, that's ego. No, it's the nature of being to be considerate. Because knowing to be considerate means or what it would do is cause others to be grateful and not inconsiderate back. Kind of you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. I've always not liked those words. For I was a fool. For I was a child. And I was afraid. And I was crazy. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't even know what this was. I still didn't know the impulses within myself, what they were. Right. One must present oneself with dignity. One must be respected. It's natural. It is the appropriate response. Sometimes when someone has not been respectful, we may feel injured and want to retaliate. But then have we not become that which we are angry at? For someone else being that? What are we always doing? Well, what are some of the things that we do? We condemn others. Isn't that one of our favorite pastimes? Maybe. I don't know. It would be shameful to admit it, though. But if it was true, then we'd have to own it, you know? I've always been afraid to talk about a person behind their back. Or especially talk about a person behind their back with them within earshot. Now that says that I wouldn't want anybody to be hurt. Who is it? Oh.
Show tonight?
No show? I'm alive right now.
No, I mean after the...
No, they still haven't contacted me. Maybe they're busy, maybe they're out of town, who knows? And maybe I don't want the gig. It's like I feel already a lack of dignity. You know, they didn't give me the dignity of calling me back when they said, or meet me the day they said they were going to do it. So I'm losing faith in that they have my good intentions at heart. But isn't this how it begins? The little trek down fairyland of... And maybe that's not true at all. Maybe they're going to call me tomorrow at 9 in the morning and it'll be the secretary, and they're saying, yeah, we'd like you to come in and sign contracts, today. Can you do that? And
You talking to me?
no, I'm talking to the camera.
Did you show up for last week?
Yeah. Yep, did a show at the Sylvan Zoo House. Zoo House. I don't like the name. I don't like the stage either. I don't like the stage is up in the air. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's not a good angle, I don't think. Yeah, I'm not that happy with it. So I don't know whether I want to do the gig or not either. If they're not going to call me, well, it's like, well, heck with you too. It's probably sour grapes. But we'll see. Maybe they'll contact me and they'll give me everything I ask for, and I'd be happy. But maybe not. Maybe I don't. I'm secretly. I don't know if I want to do it. I've done a lot of years of bar gigs, and I kind of got out of them, sort of, mostly. And so I'm not looking forward to really. I'm looking forward to the practice, but I'm having so much bad arthritic stuff, pain while I play that I'm dreading that. I don't know that if that's going to help or hurt. So, lots to weigh out. We'll see how it goes.
You taking that berberine?
Yeah.
Has it been helping?
No, I don't know. I don't notice an effect, I don't think. I'm doing better, but I'm also taking more insulin than usual. So, and I'm, being careful about what I eat.
I just read about it and said that it is better than metformin.
Nah, I don't think so. I tried to do without the metformin and it didn't do anything. But I'll keep observing. I just take 2 all the time anyway, thinking it's helping. And my blood sugar is better. And whenever I eat a pint of ice cream, I make sure to take it. That's my only great weakness, is some of that ice cream is so good. The sherbet, at least I go for the sherbet. Yeah.
It's supposed to lower your A1C, like in a control study, it dropped their control group from 8.3 or 8.6, I think, to 7.3. Triglyceride went down. Fasting blood glucose went down significantly. They lost weight. 13 weeks.
I wonder what the dose was.
500 milligrams per meal, before meal.
Before meal? Okay, 500 milligrams. All right, let me try that out. Let me take a look and see what I was doing.
Like 3 meals, so 3 times a day.
Oh, and I take 2 of them, so that's 800 milligrams. And
How many times a day?
once,
Okay.
unless I remember or feel like taking an extra one later on in the evening. Sometimes I'm drawn to, drop 4 or 5 pills. Might be one of those. Well, I'm not sold on it yet. But I'm going to quit taking the metformin and rely upon it, and maybe my shots. Changing, like that, it takes a long time to analyze a pattern. But I should be able to see it right away in a higher number, So and then I got to get the new tester. Man, you go through those fast too if you test your blood sugar twice a day, or more. Really. I don't like to do it that much because I run out of the things within a couple of days. Shoot. And even though I get them for free most of the time,
Really?
yeah, most of the time, no, or do I? Well, I got some freebies. That's why I bought a machine, just to be able to use the free strips that I got. Yeah. I get free insulin.
Really?
2 kinds of insulin, nighttime, daytime.
Slow and fast acting?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, well, I'll get the little thing, put it in my machine. You got to test your blood sugar just to know.
I got a machine.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just,
You got any things?
oh, yeah.
I'd like to know what mine is right now. I'm out of strips. But no, I don't want to test myself. All right.
Whoa. Showtime.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's get back to the beautiful music, which I think is just merely the sound of the waves. Maybe some birds. The sound of nature. Today somebody said something about I lost it now. Just moving the chair, I got out of the flow. Well, it's gone. I will let the waves take me to an openness. Your mind can think with my mind. We're both listening to the same thing. I feel an inner turning, inward is a better word because it's more intimate. It's a warm thing, reflective, self-reflection, contemplative. I would say there's a sense of sadness in it, but I don't want to go that far with it. For it isn't necessarily sadness, though there is a hint. Of letting go. A graciously letting go. Doing what is good for another or myself. Hearing the guidance and then following through. But we have entanglements that are like reasons for why we wouldn't follow through. And so one gets in a holding pattern.